Okay, that was episode 9 of Demon Slayer. Or episode 2, however you want to call it.
They called it episode 2 at the beginning of this.
Yes.
On the screen.
I am very hype for this upcoming arc. It's
This is gonna be awesome.
It's so tense already. Like, I feel
First real introduction to the infiltration.
Yeah.
And we already basically have found out that one of the wives is definitely in a bad situation.
One of them is missing, and then the third we don't know anything about yet, correct?
Do you think that the diary was forged, or the person that read it was a demon? And so they said that is what it said.
I think that either the diary is forged, or like there's specific writing in it that is like hidden in code, like you know.
I mean, I'm sure she was
context.
talking about. If she was writing a diary, she was probably talking about Uzui as her husband, being like, I love a man.
Yeah.
And they might have just assumed, based on her disappearing and the fact that there's a diary talking about how much she loves someone that she's writing to, that she misses, that they would just assume that she ran off with him. So maybe she didn't, like, actually say in it that she was going to.
Yeah.
Or maybe she was like, I can't wait to get out of here when we can be together again, you know?
Yeah,
but
so
like,
people
I don't know
took
if
that
she
man
would
with it.
be doing that. She's like undercover.
Yeah. I think the whole like dynamic of like the, I guess, hierarchy in the city is, or like among Oran, like, and there is something called an Ashinuke of like somebody running away without paying their debts. What debts do you think? Do you think they like actually have like a credit that they work up, like a tab kind of thing, or do you think it's just being like, you know, an Oran in the city that you have some sort of debt already put on you?
It might be that people sell off their kids in order for their working is paying off the parents' debt. Possibly. Not quite sure.
We learned that Uzui's wives are all kunoichi and brilliant ninja. I wonder if they come from his shinobi village or not.
Huh.
I think that could be cool. I wonder how skilled they are. I wonder why they aren't demon slayers themselves. You know, maybe they are.
You know, that is a really great question. That didn't even cross my mind of... Obviously, we won't know because they're dressed in normal clothing because they're undercover.
Yeah.
But obviously we haven't seen any imagery in the intro or outro of them in Demon Slayer uniforms. Maybe they were with him before he joined. Like maybe he was already married to them. Maybe they were already around and they're more just kind of like him as a Hashira. They're kind of just his posse. They aren't like, I mean, they're his wives. They aren't fighting individual battles. They're helping him.
Yeah.
So I have no clue if that would mean that they're actual demon slayers or not.
I am interested in seeing, you alluded to it, like his backstory a little bit. I think that will be very it seems sad, but it seems like everything in the show can make me feel sad because of the way that it's written and how compelling it is. How do you like Uzui's and Zenitsu's relationship?
I think it has potential. I feel like Tanjiro and Rengoku kind of got this like time where it felt like if Rengoku had lived, then Tanjiro would have learned a lot under him and he would have taken him on. And then I'm feeling that there's this dynamic that's been created between Uzui and Zenitsu, and I could just be imagining things, but I feel like they've created an emphasis on them too, and their feelings about each other, their interactions.
That's the feeling I get,
especially from Zenitsu's side of things, like his anger at wanting to become the top there to kind of rub it in the face of Uzui, you know?
Yeah.
So I feel like there is potential there. I was kind of sad that he wasn't like actually rejected. I thought maybe if he was rejected, he would have more time with Uzui and kind of learn under him. But it makes sense. He had to be undercover too. He had to.
Definitely.
it's good he had a reason. Like, it's like, okay, Inosuke, pretty face. Tanjiro, hard worker, obedient.
Yeah.
Zenitsu,
Crazy
instruments.
skills. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense.
So that's entertainment, right? Playing music for people. So he has a talent that fits in with this world.
I'm really glad that you brought it up because it's immediately what I thought of, but I didn't think about saying it. When we were learning about the whole dynamic of people being sold off and you brought up the Kano, I was like, oh my god, yeah. Like, that's, like, I wonder if that was what they alluded to her life being, you know?
I'm surprised. Well, okay, never mind. Shinobu would not have let her go. I was about to say, I'm surprised she didn't go as a younger female demon slayer. But she is the Sugoku of Shinobu, and so that means that Shinobu probably has, like, final say of the missions that Kanao goes on.
Yeah.
So, but she probably would have been really good for this. She is quiet. She always is watching and listening.
Yeah.
She's obedient. I think that she would have been great at infiltrating.
Definitely.
And she's also very cute, so they wouldn't have had to do anything to make her look better.
It seems like the makeup made everybody look worse.
I know.
Tanjiro.
They were like, didn't they say that the makeup was horrible?
For Inosuke.
Especially for Inosuke, because, I mean, they don't even really have makeup on Inosuke right now because of how naturally pretty he is.
We have Sumiko is Tanjiro's name.
Yes.
Inoko is Inosuke's. I don't know what Zenitsu's is.
Zenitsu's. But I'm glad you caught what their names were, because I didn't really catch that. Like, I heard it, but it didn't, like, stay in my head.
So who do you think, like, do you think the demon that's seemingly torturing or interrogating Makio right now is an upper 3? Or do you think it's, like, a lower level? It doesn't, like, it could be more than one demon, you know?
So, I think that Uzui kind of set the tone by bringing up that it could be an upper rank in charge of everything. And I think that if an upper rank has gone this long, kind of settled so comfortably in an area, if a demon has gone so long comfortable in an area filled with humans, that means they have to have a great deal of control and communication and lots of other things, very strong. So it just makes sense that it would be an upper.
Yeah.
And I think from when they showed us silhouettes before that there might have been one that looked like had the hair like that, like the shape.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I, like, in one of the flashbacks, like, of the, you know, Kizuki, you mean? It looked like there was one with that kind of hair.
Yeah, when they showed them kind of all shadowy, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder where this demon fits in to, like, this hierarchy. If she, like, is, like, a wife to, you know, a rich man, if she, like, is in charge of one of these businesses, if, like, she's on a personal level potentially with Suma or Makio or the other wives, and it is putting up, like, a farce and has, like, a fake identity, you know?
She either needs to be, what is the top Orion? Like the top woman?
It just said, like, one the best Oron, I think.
Okay.
If they did put a name, I missed it, I think.
Well, the demon would either be the best, the prettiest, the most
top tier.
The top tier, and then all the others would look up to her, and I think that the demon could use that to get more information from them, kind of pick the girl that at the time that they think would be the most likely to leave from having those nice conversations with them, portraying themselves as this listener, this sweet person to the girls. But you got to think about it. They can't just be disappearing the girls that are in the house they're in.
Yeah.
Because that would just be suspicious. So they have to somehow have ties to the other.
That's what I'm saying, because, like,
places in the district. The other maybe they have subordinates.
Maybe
that have infiltrated the other houses and can, like, give them information of what girl to pick, I guess, to disappear.
The fact that, like, we saw the demon asking about the notes, about the letters, it makes me feel like, okay, they had to have some that would seem comfortable enough with Suma or Makio to, like, get acceptance or entrance into one of their rooms to be able to see these kind of things.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the demon doesn't seem like they necessarily have a mission, right? Like, the last we saw Akaza, he has a mission for Muzan right now. But if this is an upper 3 demon, then it's like, who are you sending these letters to? I don't want you to send letters. Like it seems like they are maintaining a life right now here. Or, you know.
Yeah, it seems like some of the demons that we've seen, like, Akaza's probably more just like, go with the wind, go where Muzan sends them. It doesn't seem like Akaza has like a permanent job. But this demon, I'm sure Muzan's like, you're killing enough people, you know? So keep at it. To think that a demon has infiltrated a ginormous source of people.
Yeah.
And able, in a context where they can take people without other people questioning it. Why would Muzan send her on any missions? You know,
Very
like, this
true.
is a great setup.
It is. I mean, and there's literally excuses written down for disappearance of women, right?
Yeah.
That does not mean that there's a demon or...
And it's like a nice, she ran away with the man she loves, you know? Like, that would... If anyone thought of a girl they knew disappearing, and that would be their thought. And that's a nice thought. That's a pleasant thought. That they got out of here and someone loved them enough to get them out of here. Even though they left behind their debts. And that's not okay. But someone loved them. Unfortunately, they're probably dead.
Yeah. I hope that we get to see more Nezuko. I don't know where she is right now. Probably in the Wisteria household. But I wonder how much help she could be right now. Like, in how communicative she could be. How, you know.
Well, I thought that since she's so beautiful and so quiet, and that she would want to protect the humans around her, and she obeys Tanjiro, like, or listens, not obeys. She obviously has her own will, but she listens to people. She's not just
coherent.
going to act on her own. She's kind of like a safe bet, other than the fact that, like, I don't know how well she would be able to control herself around that many humans without the muzzle. I don't know. Maybe
she
something
sees
would
humans
happen.
as family, right?
Yeah. So I think she'd probably be fine. And I'm kind of confused why they're not. Okay. I was hoping and wishing that Nezuko would be in the show more. I feel like she hasn't been in the show thus far enough for me.
Gotcha.
Like, I want her to be more involved, I guess, and not just kind of pop out for awesome fight scenes.
Yeah.
And for cute little brother-sister moments. I was hoping that she would kind of take on a new role in the show.
Mm.
And maybe she will in this season. I'm not sure. I think this is kind of the prime opportunity for her too, because all of the activity happens at night in this city. There's demons infiltrated already that seamlessly live with the humans. She's a pretty girl.
Yeah.
I think that this was kind of like a prime opportunity to have her play a bigger role. So maybe it's going to happen.
Yeah.
We don't know where I was not paying enough attention to see where the box was.
Yeah.
Normally I try to note where the box was and if it's left somewhere.
I think the last time we saw it was in the Wisteria house, but could be wrong. I also get what you're saying about, like, wanting Nezuko to have some...
She's a demon slayer!
Yeah. I was getting, like... So, there's a lot of similar patterns we see on clothing in this show. Like, we saw, at the end of that episode, I guess, like, cloth wrapped around Makio. And my first thought was, like, oh, the thick black lines on Makio's scarf kind of look like Nezuko's, like, clothing, as well as, like, the thick black in Muzan's eyes kind of thing. But I think that's just an art direction they like using. But I think that Nezuko could have more growth and not only power and fighting, but like more like vocal, you know.
That's what I want for her. And I feel like all of the characters have definitely gotten, I don't know. I think when I went into the show, I thought that she was going to be like this kind of prime character that was like right on the screen all the time, getting the attention with Tanjiro. And I'm like, give me more Nezuko. It's not enough.
I need some Uzui acknowledgement of Nezuko.
Because Rengoku acknowledged her for how many people she saved on the train and how well she did. Yeah, like that would be, well, for him to acknowledge her, she's gonna have to be in this.
Yeah. Maybe we get new ability. Maybe we get more time with her. Maybe
the
anything.
box was left with Uzui. Maybe it's not at the Butterfly Mansion.
Maybe. No, not at the Wisteria house.
Wisteria house.
Remember the one that they found in the entertainment district?
Oh. So, yeah, she would be with Uzui then.
Yeah.
Right?
I think so. Or just at the house, you know, chilling.
Yeah.
Hanging out. Maybe she wanders off on her own.
She'd be like, whoa.
Yeah.
Look at all the lights.
All right. I think that's all I have for you.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And we hope to see you next time. And it is putting up like a farce and has like a fake identity, you know? And it is putting up like a farce and has like a fake identity, you know? And it is putting up like a farce.
And it is putting up like a farce